All right, so on Monday morning, I wanted something that felt a little bit decadent, but was really easy because it was a Monday morning. So I went with toast, but I went with fancy toast, which means I basically just made toast and then topped it with a bunch of delicious things. So it was easy, but it felt a little bit special. So for me, that means doing one piece with almond butter and one piece with vegan Nutiva, which is very similar to Nutella. I will link it down below for you guys to try. And if you guys don't think you like almond butter, I really like the Whole Foods organic almond butter. It's my favorite one by far. I literally could eat it out of the jar with a spoon. It's so addicting. So I put that on some Ezekiel toast and I topped it with banana slices. I had some leftover sauteed apples, which again sounds fancy, but it's just apples with a little squeeze of orange juice and some cinnamon that I had left over from the day before. And then I added some fresh fruit, some hemp seeds, and a little drizzle of maple syrup, and that was my breakfast. On Tuesday, I made my 3-minute oats, which is just some quick cooking oats, and I do half water, half soy milk, and a good pinch of salt. I microwave that until it's really nice and thick and creamy. And then lately I've been loving this combination, and it's kind of something old school that people used to do a long time ago that I don't really see people doing very much in the food blogger world, and that is to add a little pat of butter. It really makes it nice and creamy and rich, and it kind of has the same effect that adding a little pat of butter to your waffles or your pancakes has. It just makes it rich and a little bit salty and savory, which is so good. And then I add some raisins, some walnuts, and some chopped apples with cinnamon. This comes together in less than 5 minutes, and it tastes like a warm cinnamon raisin cookie. It is so good, and I love having my oats this way. I've been doing it a lot actually recently. So thick and creamy. On Wednesday, I actually wanted something savory for breakfast, and I just took some leftovers from dinner the night before to make kind of a wrap. So I had some roasted veggies, and then I took one of these sprouted grain tortillas and I just warmed it up a little bit so that I could roll it and it wouldn't crack. And then I took one of my favorite hummuses by Cedars and I did a thick layer on top. And then I added some fresh spinach, the roasted veggies, and also a random roasted red pepper from a jar that I just wanted to use up so it wouldn't go to waste. And then I seasoned this a little bit with my homemade everything but the bagel seasoning. And if you guys haven't tried this recipe, I'll link it down below for you in the description box because it is so good. I like it even better than the store-bought kind. Then I just rolled it up and toasted it on a dry pan just for a few minutes so that the inside would get nice and warm. It kind of melts a little bit, kind of like a panini or a quesadilla or something. It's super good. I also wanted to show you this Ripple creamer. This is a vegan creamer that is really good in coffee. I love how creamy it is. It doesn't separate and it's not sweet at all. So I recommend this one a lot. On this day, I made my 3-minute oats again. This time I swirled in a little bit of ground flaxseed and I topped it with room temperature tahini. This one is from Whole Foods. You guys ask me all the time where I get my tahini from. I love the one from Whole Foods. Then I added a dollop of coconut yogurt on top and some fresh berries and walnuts, and this combination is so good. A little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of tahini, some raspberries with the oats. The trick to good oatmeal is that pinch of salt, so don't forget it. On Friday, I decided to do something a little bit special. I had a little bit of time on my hands this morning, so I decided to make pancakes. I love pancakes, and these are kind of a healthy version because I make them with just 4 ingredients: oatmeal, a ripe banana, a bit of soy milk, and also some baking powder. And if you guys have tried to make pancakes like this in the past and it didn't quite work out right, it might have been because the banana wasn't ripe enough. You want one that's really kind of spotty and overripe because that's going to change the consistency. When the banana is overripe, the sugars kind of break down and the texture becomes a bit more custardy and egg-like, and it really helps to bind the pancakes together and also sweeten them a bit. So if you were using a yellow banana, that might be why they didn't turn out properly. And you want to make sure that you're using low heat. I will put a video in the description box below that has kind of healthy pancake 101 for you in case you guys want to make these at home. I decided to top these with a little bit of coconut yogurt, some almond butter, and then just some mashed frozen raspberries that I warmed up in a pan and I kind of mashed with a fork to make a sauce, then a little bit of maple syrup on top. It's basically like having oatmeal but in pancake form, and honestly, this was the perfect way to end a delicious week of breakfast. I feel like breakfast, more than any other meal of the day, is the one that we tend to repeat all the time and make the same thing over and over. And I'm a creature of habit, so I don't mind that at all. But I do try to change it up every once in a while, as you saw this week. And I have to say, it is really fun to experiment with your breakfast. It doesn't have to be complicated or time consuming. It can be really simple and straightforward, but really, really satisfying. So I hope this gave you some good ideas. I would love to know what you had for breakfast today, so let me know in the comments. Either tell me that or what your favorite breakfast of all time is. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and please go ahead and share this video with a friend or a family member who may need some breakfast ideas as well. I hope you guys are having a great day, staying safe and healthy. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.